Welcome to another edition of Rants, where I come on and go off about, well, whatever's honking me off today. So it has been nearly 6 years since Colin Kaepernick has thrown a pass in the NFL. But every year, some people at the champion bringing him back to the league. And just like clockwork, it's happening again. This time, the eyes of the Kaepernick sycophants are on Dallas. Now, last Sunday, not only did the Cowboys totally suck and get blown out by Tampa Bay 19-3, but quarterback Dak Prescott injured his thumb, and he's going to be out for probably about 2 months. Next thing you know, here comes none other than Dallas Cowboys Hall of Fame receiver Drew Pearson, a fellow New Jersey native, by the way, who gave this wild statement to TMZ Sports. Quote, "They got to pull out all the stops. Call Cam," meaning Cam Newton, "call Colin Kaepernick. Call anybody out there," end quote. But that's nothing compared to what Stephen A. Smith said. You knew he was going to have a hot take on this one. This is what Smith spewed out. Just wait till you hear this drivel, and this comes from the New York Post. Smith said on ESPN, quote, "It will never happen, in my opinion, but might want to make that call to Colin Kaepernick. Might want to find out. Now, he ain't been around, but he's a playmaker with his legs." Looks like Stephen A. picked the wrong week to give up sniffing glue. Or maybe he should have given it up. Anyway, but he's a playmaker with his legs who's available. Now, I don't think it will happen because this is the state of Texas and the patriotic individuals that they pride themselves on being, since the whole Kaepernick narrative was hijacked. No, it wasn't hijacked. I think Colin Kaepernick pretty much blew himself out of the water with all the stuff he's done over the past few years, and that's cast a very negative light on him in many a person's eyes throughout the country. Jerry Jones, this is Smith continuing, "Jerry Jones is not going to let it get in the way of business, but I would think about it. I would say that," end quote. You know, just enough. Just enough of this idiocy, because every year we hear about this. Time to bring Colin Kaepernick back. Time to bring Colin Kaepernick back. And then you even have Kaepernick. He keeps putting out all these statements, dropping these little hints, saying that he's in the best shape of his life, that he's ready to play again. Well, he's a liar. And all you have to do is go back to that bogus workout that he scheduled a couple years ago where he kept changing the location of it. I don't even think he ever showed up to any of these locations, and basically all he did was waste everybody's time. And not only that, but he's not a football player anymore. In fact, if you Google Colin Kaepernick's name, it comes up as American civil rights activist, though to me, he's nothing more than an America-hating slime bag and a race hustler. And now he hasn't played going on 6 years. He's also going to be 35 in November, which is pretty old for a quarterback, unless your name is Tom Brady. And you look at his last 2 seasons that he played in San Francisco, Kaepernick was a combined 3-16. He's not the second coming of Joe Montana and Steve Young. Heck, he wouldn't even make a good third-string quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And someone else who is done with all of this Colin Kaepernick nonsense is another Dallas Cowboys Hall of Fame receiver, and that is Michael Irvin. And he fired back at Stephen A. Smith on that show, saying this about Smith's moronic take. Quote, "Let's stop with this Colin Kaepernick stuff. Colin Kaepernick's been out of football for 5 years. Come on, let's stop trying to resurrect Colin Kaepernick and thinking he's going to come and resurrect a football team. I'll take my chances with Cooper Rush," meaning Dallas's backup quarterback. "I saw Cooper Rush win a football game last year, and that's all I'm saying," end quote. And that's all I'm saying too. a lot of this woke nonsense that we're seeing in sports these days, you can trace that back to Kaepernick kneeling during the national anthem, disrespecting the country, disrespecting a country that made him a multi-millionaire because of all the opportunities we have here. All he did was divide so many people in this country. Plus, I mean, he's a hypocrite. I mean, there was an interview he gave about a year or so ago, I think it was, where he basically equated the NFL to a slave plantation. Yet, as I said before, he keeps dropping hints about wanting to come back and play for the NFL. Why do you want to play for a league that you're calling the equivalent of a slave plantation? He's a garbage human being. He's not ever going to set foot on an NFL field again. Not when he can make tons and tons of money promoting racial division in this country. But you know what? Colin Kaepernick will always have his fans. He'll always have his butt kissers who think that he still has something to contribute to football. And they'll be saying that even when Colin Kaepernick hits 50 years of age. Well, folks, that's going to do it for this edition of Rants. Be sure to like, share, follow, and subscribe across all of KYCA's social media. That's Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, and Instagram. Be sure to check us out at kyca.info. Also, smash the like button and leave a comment. We'd love to hear what you have to say on this video. Till next time, I'm John Rust. I'll see you soon.